I can do that.
Good evening. My name is Elise Masters.
And I'm John Horn. Welcome to the Envision Film Festival 2024. We have a wonderful night ahead of us.
But before we get going, we gotta hit you up with some facts.
This year is the 16th time the festival has been hosted by the Film and Media Arts Program.
Our program produces films like the dramas, documentaries, comedies, and music videos you'll see tonight.
But also many other types of content, including live television, client-based projects, podcasts, and radio programming.
And our alumni have careers in the television and film industries, but also in nonprofits, corporations, education, and many have started their own companies.
We take the name of the festival from the beginning of the creative process, how we envision what we're about to create. In a drama or comedy, you start with a script. In a documentary, you find a real-life story. And for music videos, you interpret a song.
And our faculty and staff envision where our careers will lead us, which, for some of my friends here, is in 2 months.
Yeah, graduation's in 64 days. Well, 63 by the time you wake up tomorrow, but who's counting?
Many of tonight's films have screened in festivals nationwide, even worldwide. But for some, this is their first festival.
So, after all that envisioning, then writing the script or structuring the documentary,
which is the biggest part of the process,
comes production, that glamorous section where all those beautiful, compelling, glorious photos are taken.
Which is about 5% of the process.
After which comes editing, then color grading, then audio sweetening, dialogue replacement, noise reduction, sound mixing.
All of that is the other biggest part of the process.
So all that envisioning and shooting and editing and stuff leads us to tonight.
And we have people to thank. First, our special guests who led our sessions earlier today.
Randy Kaiser, a TU alum and Los Angeles-based entrepreneur focused on production design for film, television, and live events.
Greg Sorvik, the artistic director for Heartland Film and its 2 Academy Award qualifying film festivals.
And Olivia McCash, a documentary storyteller who works for the Christian and Missionary Alliance. Please join us in welcoming our guest tonight.
We'd also like to express our thanks to our festival sponsors, whose generosity makes this festival possible.
We are deeply grateful to our festival's premier sponsor, Summit Financial Group, a form of Northwestern Mutual, Mr. Tom Gearhart. Thank you for your kind and generous support.
Design Collaborative, the design firm for the Horn Academic Building.
Central Indiana Ethanol.
Grant County Visitors, Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Ron and Judy Sutherland.
Atlas Foundry.
Taylor's Office of the Dean for the Arts and Humanities.
Alpha, our program's technology partner for the Horn Building.
Tim and Mary Eckerly.
Upland Tire.
Our Sundance partners at Windrider Institute.
Hoodocs, Indiana's first and only documentary streaming service.
Film Indiana.
Taylor's Admissions Department.
Slingshot.
And the Abbey Coffee Company.
We are thrilled to have such great sponsors, and some of them are here tonight. Please help us thank them.
We'd also like to thank our festival judges, who faced the largest number of entries in the festival's history.
We'd like to thank them, but as in all previous years,
they've opted to instead join the Envision Film Festival's Judges Protection Program, which has become a main driver of population increase for abandoned towns scattered throughout the desert Southwest.
We are grateful for their efforts and the time they spent reviewing so many films.
But you too will get a chance to be an anonymous judge, and you don't need to relocate. You can do it from your seat, right from your phone.
The Audience Choice Award is decided by you. We'll give you instructions at the end of the screening on what to do.
So pay close attention to your favorite film, and remember which one you like the most.
Okay, the excitement is about to begin, so please help us honor our filmmakers by shutting off whatever you have that lights up or makes a noise.
Our first film is the winner of our high school competition. Side note, if you're a high schooler, please consider entering your film in next year's competition.
And shameless plug, you might also be interested in our summer film camp. See the Taylor website for more information.
Okay, drum roll please. Our first film is a music video entitled Honestly. It's the Best Picture Award winner in our high school category. It comes from filmmaker Avery Schwartz from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
Here is Honestly.
Into the book and look at all of the pages. I swear that the pillars shook when I took a look at the faces. Can you hear the voices inside? Can you hear the distance from the wall? Honestly, if it's just me and you, then I'm okay with that. If it's just me and you, then I'm okay with that. I hope it doesn't take you quite as long to crack the code. I've burned a lot of bridges to find out what I know. Can you hear the voices inside? Can you hear the depth of your pride? Can you hear the distance from the war? I don't hear it anymore. But honestly, if it's just me and you, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. If it's just me and you, I'm okay, I'm okay, yeah, I'm okay.
That was good. That was solid.
first college film is a documentary entitled All Things New, a very personal story of transformation and redemption.
From filmmakers Ethan Kleiman, Carolyn Pascal, and Kirsten Williams, here is All Things New.
We did anything and everything we could think of, try to keep you from going any further than you had at that point. But you really couldn't do anything.
You know, all those times that I took care of you and getting it to where you were taking care of me, that's
Well, I didn't take care of you. I just gave you a space to heal. If I were to run into somebody in the street that I used to get high with or deal with, I'm just like, I don't know who you're talking about. You're the wrong person, because I'm not that person anymore.
My name is Jasmine Spalding. I would describe my childhood as quite tumultuous. My mother was an addict for a great portion of my life, pretty much all of it until I was an adult. I had belt marks from the back of my kneecaps to my shoulder blades because I hadn't cleaned my room efficiently. And I intentionally put on an outfit where the teachers at school would see the marks on my legs. And so I had on like this little pleated aqua skirt. And so that was the first time that I was removed from the home. That was the first time I really felt safe because I wasn't around anybody I knew would intentionally hurt me. And so my whole bedroom now is aqua because that's my safe color. After 22 calls to child protection, because you know pastors don't beat their kids, I was finally removed from the home, but not because I was being abused. They deemed me incorrigible, which was my first instance of thinking that all those events were my fault. Incorrigible means like oppositional defiance disorder, and so that I was the problem and not the abuse. At 17, I got emancipated and moved to Indianapolis to go to Marian College, but had a full ride and blew it up, basically. I came home for the summer and I started hanging out with the wrong kind of people. And so I worked at a pizza joint and I was trying to find an apartment of my own, like an efficiency apartment. And I did, but I really didn't have reliable transportation to work. And so eventually I lost my job, and my landlord said, hey, well, we can do this for your rent. And so he wanted sexual favors in exchange for me having a place to live. And so that went on for quite some time. At that point, I had started using illicit drugs. And so my pimp, for lack of a better word, or trafficker, whatever you want to call them, was essentially the dope man. I would go 7 to 10 days without sleep. I would not remember whether or not I had eaten. I was 120 pounds soaking wet. And at this point, I didn't really even accept God, right? Like God was irrelevant where I came from. So like trafficking's not just somebody getting thrown in a van and tied in a basement. More often than not, it's coercion or manipulation or survival. I didn't even really realize at first that coercion was my story. So part of the coercion and manipulation changes the way we think, right? Because we're manipulated for so many years that we're taught that this is the way life is. They would tell us, right, that if you work in a factory, you might cut a finger off. And so getting in a car with a John, you might get beat up, and that's just how it is, or you might get raped, or that's just how it is. I just thought it was normal, right, to go do this so that I could use, because I didn't want to feel any of the pain that I had from my childhood or up into leading to that point. Towards the end, it was almost like every time I would jump in a car with a John or with someone who was trying to purchase, I would pray to die. Like I was just done with living the way that I was living. Most of those were, I would run. I'm a runner. And so they'd let me out and I wouldn't show up to court. Or they'd let me out and put me on a bracelet and I would cut it off. My most permanent address was the jail for about a year and a half.
Can you lay down? Down.
Other one.
Go.
Go. Come on, buddy. Come on. You said you're not a bad mom. You're just not always here.
Yep, true statement.
You know? Do you think that?
Was a true statement. Like, you disappear for sometimes, like we were at Granny's.
Yeah.
You were always in recovery. Yeah, so I never really I never saw you go into it. You were always kind of there. But I did see you go to Hope Center, and that was a good place.
It's a temporary home for victims of human sex trafficking.
The Hope Center is providing shelter and help.
A ministry that would go to the streets and the highways and byways and bring in the less fortunate, the least of these, the broken, the bruised, the battered.
I came in at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I came from jail, and I had spent the better part of the previous 18 months in jail, in and out, in and out. And so when I first came in, it was almost like I didn't belong here, right? Because it's got all this fancy lighting, and it's just a beautiful castle, and like, who am I? Why do I belong here? You know, they took me to a room, gave me fresh clothes. I got to take a real shower and really wash my hair, because you don't really get to do those things in jail. And I laid down. I couldn't sleep just because it was so quiet, and jail is not. It's very loud. And I was scared to death.
That person that came in, boy, you were a tough one.
I was a mess.
You were there to bide your time. I don't think you thought the rules necessarily applied to you.
They didn't. I tell people now, like the girls now, I'm like, listen, you see all these rules? It's my fault. It's my fault they're in place, because my group, we broke them all. One of the rules was that we weren't allowed to take pictures on campus. And not only did I take pictures, but they were illicit. And the director asked to see my phone so she could double check it. We had agreed that you could look at my phone whenever you wanted to. And she saw the illicit pictures, and I was asked to leave. If I had been more apologetic or known that my behavior was not okay at that time, then I could have stayed. It's not easy to get put out at the Hope Center. Like, you really have to do something that is against what they feel. I was devastated when they asked me to leave. I think that when I came back the second time, something changed inside. And so I had really fully given myself to becoming somebody better. So we do prayer service every Wednesday night. I sat in that prayer center and I was just praying and praying that I could let go of this anger and this hurt. And I actually felt like it come up through my throat, like it was a physical feeling. And that's when I was like, God is real. Like, he answers prayers, and I don't have a reason to be angry anymore. I shared earlier about aqua being a safe color, and so pretty much any art project that I've done has aqua in it. And so purple also is my favorite color. So this is an ink art, and I did this pretty well into art therapy that I didn't want to do to begin with.
Being grateful for every day that we have, and the fact that this is where we are today. I mean, look at what all of us have been through. And to be here now, appreciating and celebrating and you know, still knowing that we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. But we're here today.
I think that I chose the right place to go to. I think you know, being somewhere that focused on trafficking and recovery from that, other than just recovering from alcohol and addiction, gave me an opportunity to heal the trauma. You know, it really just coming back to Jesus, like, you know, believing that I'm still here for a reason, and then he's walked me right into my purpose. It changed everything for me because it taught me how I have been manipulated, how I have been coerced, and it opened my eyes to actually having been trafficked. Because when I first got here, I was like, I'm not trafficked, I just work the street, right? Because I'm an addict. Trafficking doesn't have a face, and I can talk from a survivor's perspective. I can say, I know how this felt. Not only that, but that program is written so well that whether the resident be familial trafficked or coerced like I was, or even kidnapped and locked away, it's still relevant. It still helps break the cycle of trafficking and helps us to learn, not that we were stupid, but that people made us feel that way. That's always been my vision, like what positive change can this make? It's not really about being, you know, front and center or telling my story. It's about whose life can be changed by my story. And that to me is more important than anything.
In our next film, a Midwestern microwave salesman has the worst birthday of his life.
From filmmakers and now alumni, Carolyn Johnson, Caleb Kuvion, Luke Sobel, Ben Teedy, and Nico Berkey, here is Nothing in the Middle of Nowhere.
Clement Supple, please report to Don's office. Clement Supple.
Then I said, it's Brad Lee, not Bradley.
That's horrible. How could someone misunderstand a name like that? Hello, Smith. Have a seat. Yeah, it's fine. Just anywhere. It's okay. Today? Mm-hmm. All right. I'll just put it simply. How can we get kids these days to buy more microwaves? I'm thinking 8 to 13. What you got?
Well, our website hasn't been updated since probably 2007. So I was thinking that maybe we could revamp it a little bit. And it could drive up more sales overall.
Well, it's an idea, I guess. Just not sure how kids these days would know how to use the internet.
I got it. Just nuke it. We change our slogan to just nuke it.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. You are the new head of marketing. Oh.
It's time for you to own the encounter!
Tired of fail sauce being the main ingredient in your food like this loser?
Just nuke it! Don't let your meals be nerdy. Just nuke it!
Microwaves. Don't even bother with an oven. Just nuke it.
Just nuke it! You're Mr. Pink. I'm Mr. Brown. Jerry, you know my name!
You killed 2 whole people! You were just supposed to take their money! Where did you even get a gun?
He was threatening me with his biceps! Look, okay. The guy at the house, that was an accident. I twitched. And I found it at Earl's place.
What the hell is wrong with you?
It's okay. You can just kill me. No, really, no one would even notice. I work at a soulless microwave manufacturing company and sell microwaves all day while everyone ignores me. Microwaves! Microwaves!
What the hell was that?
Hey, it's Blinko. I'm out here on 351st Street reporting about a noise complaint. Yeah, I've got nothing here. Actually, looks like I found a out-of-state license plate. Minnesota.
Alright, this is stupid.
What are you thinking?
Shut up. It was itchy. I had an itch. Look, I wish we could introduce ourselves, but my brother here wants to kill you. But if it makes you feel any better, I guess you could call me Martha. And this is Stu. So You sell microwaves?
I tried to. Brad did too. He was my coworker. But I guess it was kind of a dead-end job.
I get it. I bet you would have killed Brad too then if it wasn't for us, huh? Right, Clementine? And Clemmy? Okay.
What is this? Some kind of group therapy session? I'm sure the man is very comfortable. Can we just deal with the dead body in the trunk, and then we'll deal with the one talking in the back seat later?
Okay. Fine.
It was itchy.
Why are we at our farm?
Some states legalized human composting. Not Indiana, but it enriches the soil, and we need fertilizer.
No! We are not using a human body to fertilize our field of corn!
And I didn't sell everything I own to go all in on this farming life just to babysit some manic depressive corporate cog. But here we are. This farming was your dream, not mine. Do you even realize how much a combine costs? I don't even know what they do.
It combines things! You know what? It doesn't even matter anymore.
Carry him.
Have you ever wanted to be anything besides a microwave salesman?
Dead. So, you do know we have 2 shovels, right? God, I have to do everything myself.
What?
Have you had that with you the whole time?
What, this? Yeah. I mean, I take pictures sometimes. It's like... Yeah.
Dude, these are really good.
What the hell is that?
Come here. Come look at this. Come look at the picture. What the hell is wrong with you? You dirtbag!
Why do you care about him so much? The man literally gave us permission to freely use his body as compost.
He didn't agree to any of this!
Yes, literally. Ask him.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
See?
You broke him!
We are doing him a favor.
I hate you! No one was ever supposed to get hurt! You suck! You know what? I should turn you into fertilizer! You stupid, incompetent, dementia!
Found your license plate. Don't move, get on the ground, drop the body! did, Mr. Supple. So jealous of his colleague's promotion that he devises a plan of first-degree murder? I just don't understand it. Not one bit.
I didn't. It was Stu and Martha. They killed Brad and my microwave.
Uh-huh.
I'm an innocent, normal man.
Right.
Found this in the hole, Blinko.
Thank you. You take these?
Yeah.
Looking at these kind of actually make me feel something. You know? For the first time in my life.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. These are really good.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Do you think they'll let me have a camera in jail?
It's a prison. It's not your birthday party. You know, I may have an idea.
All right, face me. All right, now turn. Now, do a silly one. Have a nice day.
Is it alright if I talk to you in my sleep? Oh, oh, oh. Despite stumbling through painful imperfection, my stupid inhibitions create awful dispositions at play.
Our next film features Rocky. Not the Sylvester Stallone Rocky, but Rocky the orangutan, an ambassador for our understanding of his species.
From filmmakers Chloe Gard, Justice Bauer, and Enoch Eicher, here is Orang Utan.
This is Rocky. Rocky is a 19-year-old orangutan living in the Indianapolis Zoo. He was born in captivity alongside his brothers and sisters. Like some of the other great apes at the Indy Zoo, Rocky was rescued from entertainment and is housed here at the Orangutan Research Center. The research is often performed by Dr. Rob Shoemaker, a scientist who made a breakthrough in 2011 when he convinced Rocky to say the English word, "what?" A breakthrough that may help save his entire species from extinction. In 1658, scientists discovered the work of recently deceased Dutch physician Jacobus Bontius. His report on the natural history and medicine of the East Indies was finally published. Bontius was the first person to mention the creatures in print when he described them as tailless, man-like apes. In his work, he explained that the Malay people told him that orangutans could talk, but preferred not to, quote, lest he be compelled to labor. Leif Cox is founder of the Orangutan Project, an organization with a mission to ensure all orangutans the right to a safe and viable home. In his book, Orangutans, My Cousins, My Friends, he writes, I have found that many in the conservation field believe that the most intelligent great apes, after humans, were the chimpanzees, bonobo, and then the gorillas. However, I have not yet come across an experienced primate keeper who has worked closely with all the great ape species who does not believe that orangutans are by far the most intelligent of these.
Are you ready? You want to begin?
Twice a day, 5 days a week, Rocky and 2 other males are asked to be part of the demonstration and research at the Indy Zoo.
Normally he'll give me a little tap. Yeah, he's ready. Okay, you want to work on this? So when he works through this today, he's not answering good, answering based on memorizing a series.
Here, Rocky's intelligence can be compassionately explored. Working through demonstrations each week, his skills have grown from speaking an English word to memorizing more than 500 characters, to today, where Rocky is being taught math.
So I've known Rocky since he arrived. He was 5 turning 6. And we always talk about how they understand English. We speak to them in a way that I would speak to you. If I were asking you, can you sit over here in this chair, please? We use thank you. So when you ask them to retrieve items, it can be a blanket, it can be that cup, it can be a bowl, they'll go and get it and you reward them. Sometimes you wonder, do they really understand English, or is it just a pattern they learn, like if you point, or the sound of the word cup, hand, foot. In the morning before they go outside on the tower, Rocky has to hand you back all of his blankets from the night before. Sometimes he gets a little anxious and starts shoving so that very difficult for me to pull through the mesh. And my hands were kind of hurting that day, and I was trying to pull, and I just out of frustration trying to pull it through, I said, Rocky, I said, can you help me? And he reached his hands through the mesh and started pulling the blankets through on my side of the mesh to pull them through for me. And I just looked at him in awe of, wow, I was just kind of saying it out of frustration, not thinking that he would immediately respond and know what to do to help me.
How can a creature that cannot file its own lawsuit be granted personhood status?
Or pay taxes?
Could be.
Next thing I know, I'm going to be sitting on a plane and they're going to say, excuse me, that's the seat for this donkey.
Suena extraño que a veces piensen que hay animales que pueden ser superiores y otros inferiores, o algunos con capacidad cognitiva y otros sin capacidad cognitiva.
If you're going to give an orangutan personhood, how many crazy people out there do you think they're going to try and do it to your pets? The bottom line is, we're human beings, we have dominion over them. Bottom line, all of us. Government doesn't dictate that, we do.
In 2015, a landmark animal property and transportation case came before a court in Argentina. Aided by Leif Cox's expert witness, Judge Elena Liberatori rules that an orangutan from the Buenos Aires Zoo is legally a non-human person. Judge Liberatori later announced, "With that ruling, I wanted to tell society something new, that animals are sentient beings, and that the first right they have is our obligation to respect them."
And that is one of the things about, saying, well, orangutans are persons. A person is a sentient living being who developed the individual concept of individual identity. So this happens in human babies and orangutan infants at approximately the same time that they start developing a theory of mind.
This is Leif Cox, the founder of the Orangutan Project. Having worked with orangutans for most of his life, Leif believes that, scientifically, orangutans are persons. His reasoning is that they possess theory of mind, the ability to attribute mental states to oneself and others, understanding that others have beliefs, desires, intentions, and perspectives that are different from one's own.
There was a lady that came in that had been badly burned. And she had the burns and the bandages all over her, and I guess she had been feeling not good about herself and just depressed. And she came in and saw Rocky in the studio, and Rocky came up immediately. And she showed him, and when she left, she was crying, and she was so elated about how he reacted to her, like it was okay, and that he wasn't scared, and it didn't alarm him, and he wanted to comfort her and know about what happened to you, and that it was okay. And that was a very touching moment, that you don't even realize what they might do for a person.
Rocky, like all orangutans, is not human. He cannot speak in our evolving languages, write poetry that touches the soul, or create tools more complex than intertwined sticks. But he has theory of mind, empathy for others, and the ability to learn language and math. There are people fighting to prove that orangutans deserve the rights of a person, a word generally associated with human, but with no legal definition of person, at least no definition that would exclude orangutans. How can an answer be determined? This debate, one of semantics and definitions, may seem largely unimportant, another animal rights demonstration. But behind the question, there is desperation, a last-ditch effort to save an entire species from total extinction. More than 50,000 orangutans on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra have died due to palm oil monocultures. Man-made fires tear through the jungle multiple times per year. Massive businesses aided by a government under protest continue to take land from indigenous peoples and species. Orangutans whose habitats have been destroyed often enter villages and plantations in search of food, where they are captured or killed by farmers who treat them as pests. Orangutans are an entire species on the brink of collapse because of humans, a species we are just now beginning to explore.
This is our last opportunity, before the rainforest itself and populations become unviable and unrecoverable. And this is why I call this the most important decade of human history.
The forests in Indonesia and Borneo have 10 years left. Actions like avoiding palm oil products, meeting orangutans at a local zoo, and giving to financially transparent animal charities are all a part of the orangutan's survival. There's a chance to save the orangutan population before it becomes unviable. And while great endeavors are being put forth to help the species survive, it is only through our collective efforts that we can save the orangutans.
Some parents struggle with coming to terms with their children growing up. Our next film features the grand champion of such parents.
From filmmaker alums Darian Taylor, Mo DeCraney, Jeff Clayton, De'Aris Hope, and Marissa Williams, here is How to Stop a Wedding.
Hey, my baby! Oh, I missed you too.
How are you?
Look at you, I'm good.
Daddy, you remember Xavier, right?
Hey, Mr. Jefferson. It's great to see you again, sir.
Be nice. Hello! Hey, Karen.
Hi, Miss Jefferson. Great to see you. These are for you, of course.
Come on in.
Yeah, I hate this guy. All right. Let us pray.
Dad.
Thank you, Lord, for the food.
Corinne, Daddy, Xavier and I have some big news to share. We're getting married. Congratulations!
And the wedding is gonna be in a month.
Tony!
Yeah, yeah.
You know you've been like this for a minute. Get over yourself. What are you gonna do? Stop this wedding?
I got the perfect plan. This is what I found about him.
Okay, let's get to the point. What's in it for us?
My boys, listen, y'all. Frank, you really want to lose your niece? Huh? Your sister forever to that guy? No, you don't want to do that, right? And I tell you why. Because if I'm not happy, y'all ain't gonna be happy neither.
Now, I'm just thinking, man. How can one person have so many weaknesses? Look how long this list is.
See the reason why we gotta do this, right?
Man, we should name these steps.
Tell me about it.
I'm thinking, stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
No. No old head music, man. How about lock, pop, stop, lock, pop, stop?
Lock, pop, stop. Lock, pop, stop. Lock, pop, stop. Lock, pop.
Step 1. I'm about to lock this man up like Gary Payton. We're gonna trap him in the elevator so he won't be able to go nowhere. My boy Frank, Samuel, along with one of my agents will be inside to make the entire thing miserable for his ass.
Oh. Help! Help! Oh, I think I saw this on TV.
You're okay, nobody's trying to get you.
Ah!
I'm so sorry, ma'am. What is that perfume?
It's called Wicked.
Does it have oak moss?
Got your ass.
I believe so. Does it smell bad? I'm so sorry. I just tried a new perfume. Terry liked the smell of it. He said I smelled great with it. See, Terry's my ex-husband and he cheated on me.
Look, lady, I'm gonna save you the time and the tears, all right? We don't care. I just want to get out this elevator, all right?
No, it's not bad. Look, I'm so sorry to hear about your situation. It's just that I'm allergic.
Hey, don't comfort her. So what you need to do is comfort me. What is happening? Why is that noise so loud?
Man, I'm supposed to be getting married in 2 hours and I already missed my haircut appointment. This is supposed to be the best day of my life, and I don't feel good.
Hey, man, that's my favorite hat.
I'm sorry, Mr.
What the devil he running for? I believe you over there throwing up, child.
You got to be kidding me.
I know he ain't having second thoughts about this wedding. Child, he better make it to the altar marrying my niece. He gonna make it somewhere. I can come a long way for this thing.
And gas sure enough ain't cheap.
Hey, Xavier.
Hello, Mr. Jefferson. Hey, listen, I just got off the elevator from this traumatizing experience and I
I
gotta
already sent the address, okay? Everything is taken care of. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right, Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. I still hate this guy. Hey, Frank.
Yeah, man, what you need?
You know you gotta follow through, don't you?
Of course, man, I got you, man.
All right, I really need you on this one.
I said I got you, man.
All right.
Now.
Hey, Xavier! Everything good?
Mr. Jefferson, sir. I'm still recovering from that traumatizing experience in the elevator.
Step 2, pop. Truth be told, Xavier is a good-looking dude, I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't finna let him slide in my family just like that because he's a good-looking dude. If I gotta be honest, I really wanna pop him upside the head. Look at him. He thinks he's coming in for a haircut. But gag is, my boy Frank will keep him in a chair while the boys and I gonna be out there popping them ties to his car. Oh, besides, he said something to my daughter about till the wheels fall off, right? Yeah, damn straight. They will. Hey, look, Xavier, don't you worry about nothing, okay? Robert is gonna take good care of you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jefferson.
Boys, come on, let's go.
Thank you.
What's the occasion?
I'm getting married today.
Ah, shoot.
All right, boys, we're doing this for a sister, okay? Make me proud.
But we used to run thick as thieves, man. I swear we had all sorts of schemes, man. And then he went on and found his
Man,
wife.
I'd love to chop it up with you, but I'm in a little bit of a rush. You might give me just the taper and a lineup?
A taper and a line.
Yes, sir.
Taper.
Hey.
You know what? Tape it. That's what you want.
Thank you.
But you know what? You know, I see a little dirt back. I need to clean this dirty at neck.
Ah,
woo.
That stings. Wait, is that oak moss?
Oh, what? You can't take a little alcohol, young blood? Hey, look, I'm just trying to help you out, nephew, all right?
Hold
Come
on.
on,
Hold on. Nephew. Frank?
Frank? Who's Frank? Man, I'm Robert. What you talking about? Oh, dang, man. What you doing, man? Give me my wig back.
You trying to set me up, huh?
What you talking about?
It's you and Tony. Man, I'm just trying to get to know y'all, but you just keep pushing me away.
Come on back, man. Dang, man. Come on back, man. It wasn't my fault. Hey, man, it wasn't my fault. Hey, man. Hey, look, I don't have nothing to do with that. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
If it was me personally, man, and that was my father-in-law, I wouldn't let him do it to me. I'll be heading right back to Tender.
Heading back to the hospital.
You talking about going to Tender? Boy, you know you can't be on no Tender with no flip phone.
Hey, Jefferson, where have you guys been? Where's Xavier?
Listen, baby, he's at the hotel right now. I think he's getting cold feet.
That doesn't seem like Xavier. I'm gonna tell
Hey,
Alicia.
honey, don't do that. If you do that, you're gonna get Alicia more nervous, okay? Just go there, keep her company. I'm gonna be working on Xavier, all right?
Okay.
All right, babe.
Man, you pretty cold-hearted, Pops.
Hey. You wanna leave me too? You're the only one I got left. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Mr. Jefferson. Robert.
Frank? What's going on here?
Man, don't you think it's time to give it up, bro? Come on.
And why would I do that? You're my brother. You're supposed to have my back, not go behind it.
Look, man. That's my niece, man. It's over. I'm not finna ruin their wedding, all right? Look, man, I'm out.
Yeah, walk. Anyway, I don't need your help or Kyle's. Matter of fact, I still got Samuel on my side. Damn it.
Today's the day. Aren't you excited? Dad, what's wrong? You don't seem happy.
Let me ask you this. Are you really sure you are ready for this type of commitment? What if he's not financially stable? What if he can't or doesn't protect you?
Dad.
Alicia, sweetheart, I just can't lose you.
You're not gonna lose me. I'll always be right here. Just like Mama.
You ready?
attention, everyone. Xavier is 24 years old and scared of the dark and has wet nickel breath.
Samuel Lewis Jefferson, what on earth are you doing here? Tell me you were going to the restroom.
Dad, I'm just doing what Dad told me to.
My father would do something like that.
I'm sorry. It was all me. I actually planned this to, to stop the wedding by traumatizing Xavier. Sorry.
Traumatized? Man, you traumatized me.
Shut up.
Shut up? You know what, everybody? This dude had me dressed up like an old man, and I'm straight up.
I admit it, okay? But this is my baby, y'all. It's scary. As a father, all I was trying to do is protect my daughter. She the only one I got.
I tell you, that was my son, man. Listen, me and Tony be having some issues.
She was a woman that was like.
Marriage begins with love. Step 3, stop the wedding. I mean, I ain't blaming on Kyle or Frank. It was only right Corinne slapped some sense into me. Alicia's gotta move on to the next stage of her life. I just gotta accept it and let her go.
Does anyone object to the marriage between these two? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Hey, you better not stand up, Tony.
Xavier, you may now kiss the bride.
Xavier? Oh. Listen, man. I really wanted to apologize, for what happened earlier. I caused all the trouble and everything. I wasn't the ideal father.
Hey, look, Mr. Jefferson, all you show me is that the same unwavering spirit that Alicia has comes from you. It's okay, I understand.
Oh, you do? You understand?
Of course I do. Now, come on, we gotta hit this reception. What do you say, Mr. Jefferson?
Hey, please call me Tommy.
Pops?
Don't push it. Ah. All right, come on. You know what? I actually might not hate this guy anymore.
I'm talking about a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, too smooth. I'm talking about a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, too smooth. I'm talking about a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, too smooth. I'm talking about a 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, too smooth.
You the brightest of the stars, you the beauty to my beast. You the woman that I dream of when I go to sleep. But your father is a menace, show them what a man is. He was trying to plot like a hawk praying mantis. Saw the same fire that's inside of you. Try to pop my wheels cause I ride with you. Tell me what's his damage, he way to protect.
Next, we'd like to introduce 2 music videos.
The first is Maybe, from filmmakers Taylor Owens, Kalia Stitcher, and Noah McClintock.
And the second is entitled Black and Blue, from filmmakers Greg Compton, Thane Siswarda, Mimi Yoder, and J.M. Griffith.
Here is Maybe and Black and Blue.
Trying to find my place in a world of closed doors, and you are trying to breathe in a world that seems to drown nice things. grasp in the air you thought would never come, but taking doses and I file into place. I'm categorized by people with no eyes. Maybe we can dance, maybe we can fly. We don't need music to guide our feet. Maybe we can talk, maybe we can think. We don't need our words to solve everything. I'm ready to go. Let's open the windows and open the doors. You are raising the sails. The breath in your lungs is filling you up. Maybe we could dance, maybe we could fly. We don't need music to guide our feet. Maybe we could talk, maybe we could think. We don't need our words to solve everything.
You almost had me fooled. Had me sitting here thinking I couldn't do better than you, better than you. But like evidence with proof, I think it's safe to say nothing's ever good enough for you. Oh, and I did everything I could, so you understood you were my one and only. I guess the 2 a.m. wake-up calls weren't enough for you. I guess the loving that I showed wasn't enough to prove. 'Cause I am bleeding and you got me black and blue, yeah. It's like a 1-2 punch to the heart. You had me from the start, begging on my knees for you. Oh, and your words were a dagger that I couldn't make better. You had me knocked down, thinking I couldn't get up from the ground. I guess the 2 a.m. wake-up calls weren't enough for you. I guess the loving that I showed wasn't enough to prove. 'Cause I am bleeding and you got me black and blue, yeah. And all I ever did was try to make you happy, and all you ever did was walk away. I guess the loving that I showed wasn't enough to prove us. I am bleeding in you. Got me black and blue. I am bleeding in you. Got me black and blue, yeah. You got me bleeding, you got me bleeding. Ooh, you got me black and blue, you got me black and blue. Oh, I need you to stay. You got me black and blue, yeah.
In our next film, a coming-of-age story, Max must cope with difficult changes that even his vivid imagination can't fix.
From filmmaker alums Christina Russell, Abby Goebel, Heidi Dalton, and Stephen Ryan, here is Arcaders.
We'll have everything out to make sure it's all cleaned up and ready for you for that weekend.
Hey, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Appreciate all your help. Make that a smooth transaction.
Yeah, I think we'll have everything out by the 8th.
Gone by the 8th? Abort! Abort!
Can I introduce you guys before the game?
Tony, you scared me.
Let's go.
This way.
Taking out the wall is really going to change the whole feeling of the room and open the entire space. It'll feel like a whole new home. Daphne and Aaron are going to just love it.
I gotta go. What are you working on?
A note for Tony.
Oh, right, he's leaving soon, isn't he?
Yeah, in a few weeks.
Oh, that's a bummer. Where's my camera? Oh. By the couch. Here he's got a good job out in Texas, though, so that's exciting for him.
Yeah, and he said he'd come back to visit.
Okay. I'll be out late. There's leftovers in the fridge. Be in bed by 9. Okay? I love you.
Love you too, Mom. Bye.
Bye. Keys. Bye. Bye.
I told you, I just don't think it's gonna work.
Even if we go to the king-size candy houses? If they give out those candy bars like they're nothing, then they should have enough to support the arcade.
Do you really think we can convince them?
I mean, look at us.
Oh, guess what? My mom's making me start piano lessons.
Think you're gonna like it?
Nope. The teacher's name is Miss Patty.
Hello? They're turning it into a bar, and we won't have anywhere to play. Here, give this to your parents.
She's not gonna give it to them.
I know.
Well, that was rude. All this rejection is reminding me of last year's Valentine's Day.
Garrett, you sent a girl to the nurse's office.
How was I supposed to know that roses had thorns?
You explain to us what's going on. Anyone this is incredible. My time is more valuable. Let's find it. Why are we here?
Let you guys have to explain yourselves. Seriously, tell us right now what is going on.
So as you may have heard, no one gave money.
What's going on?
We'll be pivoting to a new strategy.
But people don't care about pinball.
Why do they not care about pinball? Because they're bad at it. How do we make them not bad at it? Okay, I think that's it.
Tilt sensor deactivated.
Check.
Difficult T to easy.
Check.
10 balls instead of 3.
Okay, hold on.
Someone's coming.
Hey, put a free game for me, okay? See you tomorrow.
Okay, I think that one's good. Only 130 more to go.
Wait. I have a better idea. Let's hope this works.
It's go time.
Right this way. I'll show you the best game we've got. Good luck.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look at that. Wait, that's so cool.
Yes!
Oh,
Nine!
points,
Yes!
Oh, dude.
Oh, nice! Nice!
Dude,
Right high score!
right back.
Wait, they're gonna beat my high score, aren't they?
Oh, yes!
Oh, yeah.
You'll get it back. Maybe. My mom's here.
Why is she here?
Well, I'm not really supposed to be here. She wants me to spend more time on piano lessons, reading, and stuff. She also thinks you're a bad example.
What? Why?
Something about your mom not having rules. She thinks I might get in trouble. I have to go.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, okay, no more reading for today.
I mean, a few more couldn't hurt.
Listen, you know they're gonna sell this place no matter what you do, right?
Since when have you cared?
People are not gonna play if it's not a challenge. Okay, they're just gonna get bored.
Whatever. Hey there. What are you up to? Planning an arcade I want to build.
Interesting. What's the plan?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what machines to build.
Are you thinking just having pinball machines or adding other games too?
Why other games?
Well, you know, other arcades have tons of games that are super fun.
I don't know. I just want it to be like this one.
Well, I'll definitely be there. Where are you planning on putting it?
I don't know. I guess here.
You know, it could always be somewhere else too. You don't want to be an old man here forever, right?
Game over.
I guess I'll consider Texas.
Yeah. I'll let you know how that is. I'm not sure where I'll be, but... Well, anyway, I'll let you get back to it. I got some of your high scores to beat. Hey, buddy.
His last day.
I'll put you in the next one.
Our next film is a documentary about Plato. Samuel Plato, an architect who had to overcome incredible odds. And you can walk to an example of his work from here in less than 5 minutes.
From filmmakers Colin Carrera, Doc Lee, and Elise Masters, here is Samuel Plato, Preserving a Legacy.
work your shoulders, snap your fingers, one and all, in the hall and the ball, that's all.
In the early 20th century, racial segregation limited the professional opportunities of African Americans, but architect Samuel Plato overcame remarkable odds to design and construct buildings across the country. In Louisville, Kentucky, where he spent the majority of his life, he is well remembered. But in Marion, Indiana, where he launched his career, his legacy is largely forgotten. Most of his buildings are already lost to history, with only 7 remaining in Marion, and some still face the threat of deterioration.
So Plato came to Marion, presumably to find employment in the architectural field. And when he came to Marion, it was in the middle of the gas boom. It was a time when the Klan was very active in Indiana. And as you probably know, Indiana had one of the highest members of the Klan of any state, including southern states like Mississippi and Alabama. And in doing his work, he faced a lot of challenges. For example, when he would have a work site in progress, some of his materials would be stolen. Sometimes his clients would take his plans after he had done the architectural design work, then refuse to pay him. It wasn't the clients who wanted to hire him who gave him the most trouble. It was the contractors and the other employees of those contractors who refused to work with African Americans. And an example was the Marion High School.
And he worked for the school for a while, and then he was called into the superintendent's office. And he said, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to let you go." And he said, "Why?" He said, "Is it my work? Is it not good enough?" And he said, "No, it's not that at all." He said, "It's my white crew doesn't want to work with you." And he said something like, "Although you do not want to work with me, someday you will want to work for me," to the other white crews.
So Plato and others showed through their work the evidence of the ability of African Americans to do anything that anyone else could do.
I mean, at the time he was practicing in 1913 in Marion, that was 17 years before the lynching that occurred there in 1930. So I just can't imagine the barriers that he faced. I mean, we're talking about architects like Paul Williams, who came after him, who used to draw upside down so he could communicate with his white clients who would sit next to him.
So that kind of racism actually is empowering. People who experience that will find some determination that is so deep in their spirit and their souls that they will excel beyond imagination and belief because of that opposition. And this was the case with Samuel Plato.
Despite the segregation he faced, Plato's influence expanded in his lifetime. He built nearly 40 post offices across the country and was one of the first African-American architects to receive federal contracts. He constructed federal dormitories for African-American workers during World War II, and First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt formally dedicated some of Plato's dorms in Washington, D.C., saying she was highly pleased with the accommodations.
It's kind of sad to say, despite the color of his skin, like that's some kind of ailment, but it was an ailment in a segregated society, institutionally segregated society. I can't imagine what the experience was like. How did he achieve that? I can't imagine it. If I had no role models, then I probably wouldn't be sitting here in this chair. As the first Black faculty member in this department, as the first Black tenured faculty, as the first Black chair, little things like that make all the difference in the world. For someone to tell me that a Black architect designed that church in Marion, Indiana in 1913, wow. You know, I might be on the street. I might say, I could do that. I could do that.
So here we have a blueprint of the First Friends Church on South Adams Street. It's one of the only blueprints of Samuel Plato's buildings that we have. It was one of the first churches in Marion. The Quaker denomination was very prolific with civil rights, racial justice stuff. That's a big part of Quakerism. They hired Samuel Plato to build the reconstruction of their church as they were expanding their denomination.
The church functioned there for years, and in the 70s, I'm not sure exactly what happened in that community, but I would imagine that it became increasingly minority and poor. The church moved and probably rented it out for some period of time. The last tenant became an owner. It was a tiny congregation that I don't think was able to support the maintenance demands of that church and allowed it to continue to fall into disrepair. And so it has sat empty for years.
When people are not occupying a building, the deterioration accelerates. Buildings need our presence. They need the warmth of our bodies.
During the last few years, I was president of SOS Marion, which is our affiliate of landmarks, and we encourage historic restoration of buildings. And we surveyed the project, and we just couldn't take it on. It was too large for us.
It's one of the 10 most endangered buildings in the state of Indiana as designated by Indiana Landmarks. And with that, there's greater emphasis placed on it because there was a movement in Marion to demolish the building as a nuisance.
And as you can see, there's a large piece of plywood. I think this for me is one of the saddest things about it. Had a gorgeous stained glass window, really beautiful. And you know, when the sun was in the right place, the whole place just glowed inside.
We are in the midst of loss of many buildings. Some of Samuel Plato's buildings no longer exist.
But Indiana Landmarks is currently restoring the roof of the church to help preserve its skeleton so it doesn't collapse. And hopefully in the next few years, someone will come along and help redevelop the church into something that would be living in the community.
So the idea of it becoming something else or an adaptive reuse that still respects the architectural heritage and the cultural heritage of the building is paramount.
I have seen reuse of beautiful structures time after time. People who saw the beauty in this building, as you look around, you see the wonderful stained glass and the pipe organ and all of these beautiful features. And you would never expect that this would become an office. But this is the home office of Indiana Landmarks. So we are looking now at helping this small congregation find a developer that will see the beauty in that church site in Marion for it to be reused as well. And we believe that it can look just as beautiful as this site here. But we do know that there are other Plato buildings in Marion that are being reused. The Hostess House, for example, is a beautiful structure, and it's a community space. Now, when you see a Plato building standing in its glory, knowing that this black man, against all odds, designed this building, you're proud of that. You know, and when you're proud of a thing, you then want to protect it, you want to preserve it. It reflects victory. It reflects resilience. That is very healing. I know this is work that has to be done, and I am in the army of doing it.
In our next film, a group of friends celebrate their last night together with a friendly game that goes horribly awry.
From alumni filmmakers Trevor Cebulski, Anna Rodman, Franklin Snyder, and Michael Carroll, here is Hostage.
Okay, Mom. Yes. Oh, fine. All right. Yeah. Okay, see you soon. Oh, we're finally done. Oh. Guys, today was awesome. And tomorrow, Harvey's leaving us. I'm gonna miss you, man. But I am so glad that guys like you are serving our country. And I thought, what better way to send you off than with the game that brought us all together?
Twister?
No, you idiot. Hostage.
Oh. Right? All right. Red team. We've got Jackson. And then we've got Harvey. Yeah. And the driver is Chloe. Blue team. We've got Sam and Sophia. All right. That leaves me as the driver. Now, you all know the rules. Hostages, no phones, no maps, no idea where you are. Figure out where you've been dropped. Drivers, pick up your team, make it back first, win the game.
Are you sure we're headed the right direction?
Tyler drove this way, so how about we keep going?
Fine. Do you hear that?
Maybe Tyler came back for us? What would anyone else be doing out here?
What can I get for you fine gentlemen?
Yeah, I'll get 2 cones of almond joyride, please.
Coming right up.
Wait a minute. What kind of demented soul only serves almond-flavored ice cream?
You better watch your mouth, kid.
Hurry up. This is a race, not a nature walk.
Just being careful.
You're not scared, are you?
Of course not.
Good. Good.
Watch yourself! You don't know what could be listening. There could be snakes.
Clowns. Or even worse, nuns.
Nuns in the woods? I don't have time for this. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Yo. I think we lost him.
Man, we need Chloe to pick us up.
No. We just almost died. And you want to go knocking on the random house in the middle of nowhere.
Appearances can be deceiving, Harvey. Come on, don't you want to win this? Let's get to it.
It's your idea.
No, that means you're the perfect man for the job. They want to see a friendly face, right?
David, is that you? And who's your friend here?
No, sir. We're actually lost. Can you help us?
Well, yes, of course. I knew you would come for me one day.
Sir? What do you mean?
How dare you step foot on my lawn, you vile fascist scum! Be gone, foul demons! How? Another Jerry!
I know this church. We're at Our Lady of Eternal Obligation. Let's wait inside.
Tyler,
All right, lady. Let me turn obligation. Got it. On my way. Soph!
Could you at least clean up first?
So at this intersection, go for Chloe.
We are at Pioneer Park. Go as fast as you can. An ice cream man and an old GI just tried to kill us. Hurry!
You think they're still on our tail?
I don't hear any gunshots or chainsaws, so I think we're safe for now.
Jeez. If you say so. Oh, man. Chloe is gonna be so mad.
Jackson, we need to talk. I don't know if I'm gonna get the chance to tell you this again before I leave tomorrow. I'm not coming home after boot camp or training.
What?
They want my unit on the first ship to Norway after AIT. Only you and Tyler know.
I'm sorry, man. I can't imagine how this must have been for you. What about your family?
My parents will be fine. My sister. You know, I've always been there for her. And now I won't. Just promise me you'll look after her when I'm gone.
Of course.
Oh. It's a rental.
Yeah.
Jeez, sorry, man.
Harvey, you have nothing to apologize for. And besides, it's not like this is the end. We'll still talk on the phone.
It just won't be the same.
Maybe not. Nothing good can last forever. And at the end of the day, I'm just happy we got to spend these past years together.
Thank you, man.
Soph! Sophia! Tyler's on his way! This isn't funny.
I haven't seen you in here before. Wait! Come back!
Go! Go!
Where's Sophia?
Wait for me!
You boys need a ride? We're pulling over. We're so close.
It'll only take a second.
You had all night to get gas.
Hey, guys, relax, okay? Before you radioed in, Chloe was still waiting on the other team to make contact, so... They're probably way behind.
Help him!
Chill out, Chloe. There's no way we're gonna win this at the bottom of a ravine.
I need to get you back before your mud dries all over my seats. I can't believe you would bring this into my car.
Look at that. There's no way we're gonna win this now.
Calm down, boys. I've got this.
Evening, ma'am. You know why I pulled you over?
Do you know whose resignation you'll be handing in tomorrow morning?
Ma'am, please calm down.
No, you calm down! Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, dispatch?
Chloe? Go ahead. What are you doing?
I'm gonna need backup up here on 22 by the water tower.
Roger that.
Are you okay? Ma'am, you and your friends kindly step out of the vehicle. Now.
You have no right to do this!
Ma'am, you and your friends just need to come with us down to the station.
You'll be hearing from my father about this!
Yeah!
What were you thinking?
What?
I'm gonna be kicked out of the Air Force before I ever step foot on a base.
Oh, what's this? I'm getting a call. Yes, Tyler, you're at the parlor already? Yeah, of course we'll pick up the tab right after you bail us out of jail.
Guys, this isn't the way to the station.
Sam? Sophia? Yo, what's going on?
Where are we?
What are you two doing here? And what are we doing here? And where is Tyler?
Welcome to Woodland High's premier graduation party in honor of our Harvey Davis!
So how have you been?
Kidnapping? Really? You couldn't have driven us here yourself?
There was a nun. Like an actual nun.
And I never got my ice cream.
Hold those thoughts.
Sorry for the kidnappings. Tyler and I thought it'd be more fun that way.
It was rigged?
How'd you get so many people in on it?
It wasn't that hard. My dad got his police buddies to do all the kidnappings. Oh, and we got the gas station manager in on it too.
What about the ice cream man? I don't see him here.
What ice cream man?
I'm sorry about the arrest thing. I think in hindsight...
Don't worry about it. I just can't believe you did this all for me.
I had to send you off on a high note. Plus, your parents are paying for it, so. But I do think you need to tell everyone what you told me. I mean, it's your last chance face to face.
You're right.
There's this ice cream guy obsessed with romance. He comes out with this massive chainsaw.
Guys, Harvey has something to say.
I meant to tell you all earlier, but I'm not coming back after training.
Really?
At least not anytime soon. I'm getting deployed immediately after.
Why didn't you tell us sooner?
Saying it out loud and telling people, it just made it feel real, you know? And I didn't want to say it because I don't want these times to end. The times when we don't have to worry about what's coming next.
You got this, Harvey. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, but I'm excited to see where you go.
I'm proud of you, dude. You'll go far.
You'll always have a home here.
Thank you. All of you.
So, how was the game?
We have arrived at our final film.
Seniors, it's the final film of your final Envision Film Festival. Ouch.
64 days.
But remember, there's still an awards program ahead.
Our final film tells the remarkable story of how a personal setback can lead to finding your purpose.
From filmmakers J.P. Sasantio, Thane Saswarda, and Nathan Conkle, here is Beyond Silence.
We'll start is the exploratory part. We're going to look at where the pathway where sound goes. And in the ear, there's three parts. There's the outer part, the middle part, and the inner part. And the testing that you'll see will show us a little bit of information about the integrity of all those parts. You don't need to travel far than just your hometown in Fort Wayne. So if you're going to do good work, start where you're at. And in our private practice, we would see people that would come in that truly couldn't afford help. And so we wouldn't tell them no, but that usually meant trying to provide them with care that wasn't ideal.
I think Ken and I we're really good for each other. I got him into audiology, but it was Ken who really pushed to start our own private practice. We started our practice in 2000. We had 3 little kids, so it was already a juggle. And then come in 2008 and the economy just kind of tanked.
I think this is the most significant financial crisis in the post-war period.
Soaring gas prices, falling home prices, and rising unemployment.
What kind of recipe is that? Overall, that's a recipe for a recession.
So difficult became extremely difficult. It wasn't just us that was struggling, it was patients that now could not afford hearing. And then we're thinking we should start a nonprofit.
Gee, honey, that's the greatest idea in the world. Let's start a nonprofit when our for-profit isn't even going very well. Between some tough conversations, we made the decision to start Hearing the Call.
It was founded in 2016 out of really seeing the need for people to have hearing treatment that couldn't afford it here in Fort Wayne, around the country, and around the world. It helps me personally because it helps me connect with so many people.
We were invited by a hearing aid company to go to Mexico. We started out that day, we were a little nervous. We'd never done that kind of work before. We don't speak Spanish. When we started fitting these kids with hearing devices, I mean, these are kids that are in bad straits, so they, virtually don't hear anything. And then in some respects, we're turning the light switch on. When they boom out in a big smile, we call it the hearing smile. And so both Nora and I were like, yeah, I could see us doing this for the rest of our lives. When we first started this, most of it economically was on our backs, and we're pretty limited, especially compared to the need that's out there. So we would take old hearing aids that were donated, and they all have their own software and programming cables, and just kind of go by the seat of our pants a little bit, just trying to make it work. All the places we go to have inherent challenges. Again, a lot of it's language and culture. I mean, just simple electricity. Sometimes we're running off, flashlights from iPhones. Sometimes we're running off generators. Sometimes we work in the darkness. It's a lot different than the cushy office that I get to work in every day.
The most overwhelmed I've ever felt was in Mozambique.
A group of Fort Wayne volunteers is in Africa this week to bring hearing health care to people in need.
It's called Hearing the Call, and the group began its 2-week mission trip in Mozambique.
I can't even tell you how many people were outside the hospital that we were working in. Over 1,000 people. The people never left, and it was just for the hope that the small chance that they might be seen. Some people waited there 3 days, and we couldn't get them in. And it's heartbreaking. And then you have to focus on the 200 that you were able to see. We come back every 6 months to a year, and then we clean and check their hearing aids and service them. And at the same time, we're training people on the ground, because the goal is that the people on the ground do it for themselves. We want to work our way out of the area within about 10 years.
I met Matt Hay because one of our hearing aid manufacturers met him and then called me saying, I just think I really want to introduce you to this guy.
Matt's a friend of mine. If you haven't heard about him, you probably will soon enough. He just released a book.
My sophomore year at Indiana University, I noticed I was having trouble hearing, which was new. By the end of the semester, I couldn't hear out of one ear completely at all. So at that point, I went to see an audiologist at the request of my parents because they were a little floored by how much trouble I was having with hearing. If sound becomes only a memory, like the entire concept of hearing things, if that just becomes something in my memory, what things do I want to remember? What sounds do I want to remember? What's the last sound you want to hear? And I found myself in that situation where one day my hearing just bottomed out. I came home and now married, and like my wife, we knew enough sign language and I could understand her well enough that she said, what do you want to do? Young love is pretty great. And at that point in my life, the thing that made me happier than anything was making my wife laugh. And so I thought, man, if I'm only going to hear one more thing, going out and having chips and guac and a couple pitchers of margaritas and making my wife laugh. And so that's what we did. And so I can really say the last sound I remember is her laughter at this Chicago street side Mexican restaurant. And I woke up the next day and my whole world was quiet. My audiologist saved my life because that tumor was diagnosed before it was doing any more damage, and I was able to eventually have those tumors removed. The reason I'm so fortunate to know Ken and Nora and the humanitarian work that they're doing with Hearing the Call is, there's a lot of people in the world that don't have the privilege and access to care that I did. They're taking that care to the communities that need it.
Every time he's talked, he said, eventually I'd love to get on one of the humanitarian trips. And so he did. And he helped out in the clinic, but he also spoke to some of our partners where they invited people in. And it was just a beautiful thing.
How can I take skills that I have developed and use those to help other people? And the work that Hearing the Call does here goes beyond just audiology.
Somebody, a big YouTuber in our industry, Dr. Cliff, had contacted me saying that somebody pretty famous was interested in potentially working with us.
I think most people my age don't even know who he is, right?
More YouTube subscribers than the White House, the United Nations, and Kanye West combined.
The most followed individual on YouTube.
A popular YouTuber, Jimmy Donaldson, who is also known as Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Jimmy Donaldson, better known online as Mr. Beast.
So he referred Mr. Beast to Hearing the Call.
Doing some research about who he is and where his heart is in terms of trying to give back, we thought that would be a good fit.
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're going to help hear again.
First, I thought 1,000 people. I said, okay, that's going to be a lot of work. And I thought we had the whole year to do it. And they said, no, we'd like to have this wrapped up at the end of March. I was like, in 30 days? And they were like, yeah, can you do that? And it just so happened that for the last 9 years, we were building a team and momentum and ability to get product to do exactly that. It was a absolute crazy 5 weeks, 40 to 50 audiologists that booked tickets to go from Mexico to Indonesia to Brazil, all over the world.
But they are only a few of the 1,000 people that we are going to help hear again today. We got our hands on over...
He says 1,000 people. What was the number, remember? Was it over 1,000?
It was over 1,000. We fit 969, but the rest, and it was over 1,000, were fit in
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
She hasn't heard properly for 67 years. 3, 2, 1. ¿Cómo se siente?
Bien.
Yeah?
Del oído bien.
How much different?
I totally remember.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've seen all of these people back for checkups just in October.
Guatemala.
Brazil. And we also helped hundreds of people in South Africa, Malawi, and Indonesia.
We've been doing it for 10 years. We've seen a lot of hearing smiles. Jimmy Donaldson, I don't think was prepared for what he was going to see. I think it was more impactful and more dramatic than what he may have expected.
Well, today is Giving Tuesday, a global day of generosity, and one group is going above and beyond to help others, traveling the world to serve communities in need.
Hearing the call, an Indiana-based nonprofit recognized the need and arrived this fall to provide free clinics and hearing aids. To think that an idea would catch fire and so many people would join in the effort, and it's really awesome to know that this work continues when we're not there.
On rare moments, I like to take a minute and just step back and step in the corner and just see all of my colleagues that are working, and they're just real heroes. And here they are being, shown and highlighted on a national TV show. It's just super cool.
Eventually, you're not going to see the people in the blue shirts anymore. You're just going to see the people that live in the country doing hearing health care for themselves. I guess I'm just amazed. I'm overwhelmed, and it's bigger than anything I dared to dream it would be.
Weren't those films fantastic?
Here are the instructions for how to vote for your favorite film during the brief intermission. Please vote in the next couple of minutes.
Also, during this intermission, you'll see slides showing some of the Film and Media Arts program's recognitions from the last year.
You'll see that we've been busy.
In about 10 minutes, we'll dip the lights to warn you to get back to your seats, then play a very short highlight reel and a video featuring some of our guests from previous years.
Then the awards program will begin.
See you after the break.
What excites me about Taylor University's Film and Media program is how well prepared the students are when they graduate. To even work in Los Angeles, like the toughest place to work, but just the education they're getting both technically, professionally at their craft, but also spiritually, just how they're developing as humans, as good Christians, to be able to step out. All these are going to be used, and I'm working with these students in LA, and so I see it. I see how ready they are.
We're giving students the experience of trying tons of different things, tons of different roles.
Live production, narrative filmmaking, documentary, producing for clients. Taylor has it all, and they have the answers for it all, and they're going to continue to feed into their students so that when they leave here, they're going to be able to continue to learn and continue to adapt to a very changing culture and media world.
Basically giving students the tools to make stories, to film what they've had in their head, swirling around for years. And I mean, what more could you ask for from an education, from a degree?
Already got a glimpse of the quality of student and obviously the education that they were getting, but now to see it play out before my eyes, I'm just all the more impressed and hopeful for the next generation coming out of Taylor University.
Taylor, this program does such a good job of equipping you with the skills and even the philosophy behind why you do what you do and how to do it.
Since filmmaking is essentially collaborative at the very basic level, I think their model and what they're doing here at Taylor is exactly the way it's done in the industry, so it's a great preparation for the real world.
They're so ready, like they are really ready day one to make the move and work in the industry.
I'm just so pleased to see so many students, remarkable faculty, all come together for the purpose of advancing storytelling.
It's about sharing your voice. It's about letting your voice, be known to the world and putting it out there and making a difference. And I think that's really exciting.
And that doesn't just happen. Like it's the care invested into the students, it's the education, and it's also the spiritual culture here. All of that are feeding into and preparing students for the next step.
Taylor has given you every tool to be successful, and God has blessed this program. I think He's anointing on it, and I think that He's going to be using these students for years to come.
Welcome back.
It's awards time.
But first, a quick note about the other pieces you've seen tonight. Our program Open and the videos that played during the break were produced by the Envision Productions crew.
And they are Taylor Owens, Colin Carrera, JP Sasantio, and Chloe Gard.
Look for a retrospective video of all the day's events coming soon to our website, envisionfilmfestival.com.
And check out our Instagram and Facebook for other announcements and updates.
Including, shout out to Anna Rodman, your Tup Date.
Before we go any further,
we have a special presentation that our own Kathy and John Bruner will make.
As many of you know, we've been working on what at Nostalgia Night, Thane called that Taj Mahal looking thing across the street for the last 14 years.
And it was about 12 years ago that that building really started to consume the time of other people around campus as well, especially Ron Sutherland. And Ron actually retired last year, but we're so grateful that he agreed to stay on, working several days a week to complete building projects across campus.
Here's a clip of Ron from an interview we shot with him last year.
So someday in the future, and we're not going to say when that might be, you'll decide to retire, right? So what do you hope people will remember or be able to say about Ron Sutherland? What's the legacy you hope to leave for Taylor?
Well, I watched my dad retire and begin the process of leaving work, and I thought that place that he worked would never be able to replace him. That company's still in business. It's still going on, and the ministry continues where he was working. So I think I learned in that process that we often seek human legacies that have different milestones. God has so much to refine in each one of us. And the older I get in life, the more I want to see how God can continue to refine me. I've described getting to know the Lord as like approaching a redwood. When you stand right up against the redwood, you only see that portion that's right in front of you. But as you get a chance to step back and see more of it, you realize how much more there is to see and to know and to understand. I actually hope the older I get, the more it's a spiritual legacy, that people will remember that I tried to do good work, that I love the Lord, that He used me in different ways, maybe some I don't even know. If I look over the years and the blessings that I've been involved in, now we're in the Horn Center and being able to design and get ready to construct the Horn Center is a big one. Well, it'd be cool if they ever decided to name a building after me. Since I got to work on buildings, I'm quite sure that won't happen. But if some students can say, he marked my life, that would be a great way to be remembered.
And so, for his incredible service,
and because he helped us see and understand more of the whole Redwood,
and because he marked our lives and the lives of our students,
and frankly, because we can, we're giving him an award.
And here is how it reads. Outstanding Service Award presented to Ron Sutherland. With deep appreciation for your unfailing and inspiring support of the Taylor University Film and Media Arts program. Come on up.
Please welcome our friend, Ron Sutherland. You can't get out without a word.
When you see great faculty invest in their passion for students and for their craft, and you see students with their creativity and their hard work come together, all under the opportunity to serve the Lord, it's great to be on the sidelines and watch that work. Thank you for all your work.
As we mentioned earlier, the winner of the award for Best Picture in the High School category is Avery Schwartz from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, for the film Honestly.
And thanks to our awesome admissions department, this award comes with, drum roll, a $1,000 scholarship towards his first year at Taylor. Please welcome Avery Schwartz.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to work on this project and be able to show it here at Envision, so thank you.
Our first award in the college competition is for acting.
This year's award winner impressed judges with a believable, truthful performance in a difficult, demanding role.
The award for Best Acting comes with a gift bag from the Abbey Coffee Company and a $75 cash prize.
And the award goes to Aiden Merck.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here. When I was shooting this film, I was actually in the middle of rehearsing a play with Taylor Theater, And so, I was super busy. There was so much going on. So I walk into the audition for this, and I was like, I'm not going to have any time this semester. Do not cast me. And here we are. Thank you so much.
The award for Best Sound Design celebrates an area of filmmaking that is often overlooked. Unless there's a problem, getting the dialogue and all those tiny sounds right is quite the challenge.
The award comes with a gift bag from the Abbey Coffee Company and a $75 cash prize.
And the award goes to Hostage.
Well, we are about a beard short and a couple amazing filmmaking skills short of the amazing people who made this film. We are honored to be able to accept this award on their behalf. Thank you to the judges, and thank you to everyone who's here tonight. Thank you.
Our award for Best Editing is given to the filmmaker who demonstrates what it takes to combine picture and sound in such a way that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. This award comes with a $100 gift card from Slingshot to get that sweet Taylor merch.
Our award for Best Editing goes to Hostage.
Well, thank you again.
A cinematographer works with the director to come up with a visual approach of the film. This includes creating the color palette, choosing the camera, lens, and lighting, then determining whether the camera is in motion on one of our jibs, dollies, or Steadicams. It's a lot to get right.
This year's winner for Best Cinematography receives a $100 cash prize.
And the winner for Best Cinematography is Nothing in the Middle of Nowhere.
Hello. Our amazing cinematographer, Ben, couldn't be here today, but he's amazing. He so deserves this award, and thank you guys so much.
Writing. Step 1. The struggle with the blank page is real.
And then you have an idea, and then you throw that idea away.
And the process repeats until you either get it right or just run out of time.
The winner of Best Screenplay receives a $100 cash prize.
And the winner is Hostage.
Oh, I love you too. What to say in such a wonderful time? You know what, Trevor? I'm sorry for denting your hood when I slid across your car, but thank you for the opportunity to pull off such an amazing stunt.
The director is responsible for visualizing the screenplay and communicating that vision to the cast and crew. Once everyone knows that vision, the hard part is still ahead, fitting everyone's creative contributions together.
This year's winner for Best Director receives a $100 prize.
And the winner is Hostage.
Well, hello again.
Trevor, you're amazing. You did a great job. I was honored to work with you. Anna Rodman as well.
And Franklin.
And Franklin. Franklin's great, guys.
Yeah.
If you
And
get the
Michael.
Yeah, and Michael. If you get the opportunity to meet any of these, you should, because they're awesome people, and I was really honored to work with them. Yep.
We saw 2 music videos tonight, so if you're in the pool, you've got a 50-50 shot.
This award comes with a cash prize of $250.
And the winner is Black and Blue.
I'm speechless. Thank you so much. This music video was so fun to make. Shout out to our wonderful actors, Caleb and Eleanor. They were so good to work with and so flexible. And shout out to my team too.
Yeah.
Like, we were so fun. So thank you.
Big shout out to JM's family for letting us stay and film until the crazy hours of the morning.
Definitely
it
not
couldn't
4
have
a.m.
happened. No, 5. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Next up is the award for Best Comedy.
The winner of Best Comedy will receive a cash prize of $400.
And the winner is Hostage.
Do you want to speak or do you want me to speak? I got to hold the gift bag this time. It was great. It was hilarious.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Franklin.
Yep.
And the award for Best Drama is given to the film that best integrates all of the elements into a fiction film. It's difficult to do and inspiring to see it happen.
The winner of Best Drama will receive a cash prize of $400.
And the winner is Nothing in the Middle of Nowhere.
Thank you guys so much. I want to give a special shout out to Kaylee Bornhofer, who was our assistant editor. Another special shout out to all of our PAs who stayed up very, very late and woke up very, very early to help us make this happen. And same with our amazing actors. Aiden, you were the perfect Clement, and we're so lucky we had you. Thank you so much.
It's our honor to introduce our guest, Olivia McCash, to present the award for Best Documentary.
Olivia is a 2017 graduate of our program, but our faculty first met her when her high school film screened at the Heartland Film Festival.
Her work with the National Office of the Christian and Missionary Alliance sends her around the world, allowing her to focus her passion for authentic and artistic documentary production in the creation of wonderful media projects.
Please welcome Olivia McCash.
Hi guys, it's fun to be back. I first came to Envision Film Fest as a high school student, so it's awesome to be presenting this award in a category where I'm now working and I'm super passionate about. The award for Best Documentary is given to the film that tells a compelling, true life story while maintaining high quality in all areas of production. The award comes with a $400 prize. And the winner is, drum roll, All Things New.
Well, thank you so much. This was a great story to tell. It was a real pleasure getting to know Jasmine and understanding her story and being able to reveal what it's, what it's like to be in her situation. And that's the truth, because a lot of these tales that we think of in the media come from overseas or come from anywhere. And we don't often think of stories like hers, which are much more common, and they're much more important because, these are important people, and their stories need to be told. So thank you so much to the wonderful team I got to work with. My director and my producer are both in LA right now. They couldn't be here, but it was an honor to work with them, and it's an honor for this award. And thank you to the judges, and thank you for all of you who came to see this.
Next, it's our honor to introduce our dean, Dr. Nancy Dayton.
Our faculty tells us that Dr. Dayton works with them to help with the things they're trying to accomplish, including even the wackiest out-of-the-box ideas.
And we know there are plenty of those.
Please welcome our Dean of Arts and Humanities, Dr. Nancy Dayton.
Well, it's my pleasure to produce the Humanities and Arts Award. It was established to encourage Taylor filmmakers to enrich the intricate liberal arts tradition of Taylor University with their projects. This award comes with a $200 prize, and this year's award winner is, drumroll, Samuel Plato, Preserving a Legacy.
I want to quickly thank everyone who was a part of our documentary. Sharon, Colin, we got Eunice Trotter and Bill Munn, and Dr. Dotson for doing all the interviews, being a part of it, and everyone else who helped us as we filmed and edited the whole thing. So thank you so much for them.
I don't know what to say, but thank you so much, and this is a great team, and we believe that telling story is the power of the movement for human being, that we can connect each other, and I'm so glad that I'm being part of this documentary team to connecting Samuel Plato's story to the world. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure to introduce our guest, Greg Sorbig.
Greg is the artistic director for Heartland Film and its Academy Award qualifying indie shorts and Heartland Film Festival events in Indianapolis, and is also a senior associate programmer for shorts at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Please welcome Greg Sorbig.
How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah. This is very odd to say. Heartland's been going on for over 32 years. I started it when I was 8 years old. I was a boy genius. No, I've been there for about 13 years. It's been great, but I know that Taylor has a great tradition with Kathy and John from our founder, Jeff Sparks, and being there over the years. And a lot of the buildings here are named after the early supporters of Heartland, too. So it's really rewarding. This is my first time on campus. So I came in today, just made it barely for chapel, and I was like, in my mind, I thought of a little quaint chapel, and I heard the rock and guitar as I walked in, and it was like, I could feel the spirit and the excitement, so that was a great first interaction. But you have this great oasis here. I mean, you really do. I live just an hour away. I've never been here, but it's a fun, creative environment. You have a really amazing, dedicated staff who lets you take a lot of creative risks, and I saw that tonight with the great lineup that you had here too. So thank you so much. Continue to submit projects to Indie Shorts and to Heartland. We've had some great winners in the past, and saw some great stuff tonight. So keep your fingers crossed for July. I'm usually on juries. I'm usually the one that has the burden of selecting films, but the audience has spoken tonight. So with that being said, the Audience Choice Award winner is getting a $500 cash prize, And I don't even know who this winner is. Let's open it up here. Let's do the drum roll. All right, here we go. The $500 winner, audience choice. Your vote, Nothing in the Middle of Nowhere. Yeah. Congratulations, come on up.
Thank you guys so much. A couple other people I want to thank really quickly. I want to thank our art department, which was Patrick Marsh, Quinn Miles, and my little sister, Abby Davis. They really, truly made this film come to life. And I want to thank my husband up there, Reese Johnson. Yeah, he helped us with a million little odds and ends all throughout filming and helped us with the scheduling, helped us put everything together. So thank you so much.
Well, that's it. The final award of the night, the award for Best Picture.
And it's time to give a full introduction to our guest and TU alum, Randy Kaiser.
Randy is the only student in our program to destroy a camera, although I suspect John and Josh are embellishing that story.
Randy is a multi-talented designer who has forged an entrepreneurial career in Hollywood for the last 10 years. His portfolio includes major design-heavy national television shows like Dancing with the Stars.
He's designed virtual reality experiences for Dunkirk and Assassin's Creed and live tournaments in the gaming world. He co-founded the set fabrication company Pirate Art Department.
But most famously, he's contributing to the design for the new sets in the new television studio in the the Horn Building.
Please welcome Randy Kaiser.
Well, it really is great to be back on campus. It's been quite a while since I was here last, and every time I come back, it's just leaps and bounds, not just new buildings, but just the talent that keeps building on itself, and you guys continue to challenge what can be done and what it means for student filmmaking, and I'm always astounded and impressed. I was actually reminiscing that I think I was here for the very first Envision Film Festival. And so it's very exciting for me to be back here tonight to present the Best Picture. So we have here, the award for Best Picture is given to a film that, in the judges' estimation, best integrates all the elements of filmmaking, from script to camera work to acting to sound to, well, everything. This award comes with a prize of $500. So let's get that drum roll going. One last time, your Best Picture is Hostage.
Well, the crew of Hostage is not here tonight, so thank you, Trevor, Franklin, Anna, and Michael for having us come up on stage and representing, and just also having us along for the journey of making it as well. Thanks, everybody.
It's time to wrap things up. Thanks again to our special guests, Olivia McCash, Greg Sorvig, and Randy Kaiser.
And thanks to our sponsors for their support. And thank you for attending the 2024 Envision Film Festival. Good night.